Right now, taking precaution. What health experts want you to know as temperatures remain below freezing.
Also, the Madison School District giving teachers an incentive for teaching summer school after struggling to fill spots last year.
And later, a man is sentenced to prison for his role in an incident where a police officer was shot by another officer. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 6. We begin with breaking news. A woman shot in rural Iowa County last week has died.
The incident happened at a home on Percussion Rock Road in the town of Wyoming last Wednesday. The victim was taken to a hospital in critical condition but ultimately died from her injuries yesterday. Police arrested a 34-year-old Hill Point man for the shooting. The suspect now facing potential charges of homicide by intoxicated use of a weapon. The suspect remains in the Iowa County Jail on a $250,000 cash bond.
After dealing with multiple days of bitterly cold temperatures, it appears we could be in for a bit of a warm-up these next couple of days.
Now, that is the good news, but the bad news is those frigid temperatures will be returning sooner rather than later. For more, let's check the first warn forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
It's cold enough out here right now, but the good news is we don't have much of a breeze, so the wind chills aren't too bad. That will change, though, as we head into Friday morning. Time-lapse from the WISC Sky Cam showed bright sunshine all day today. Kind of deceiving. You know, thinking you'd have sun out there would warm you up and a beautiful sunset in the west, but with those clear skies, those temperatures are continuing on the low side. In fact, last night we dropped to 11 below zero in Madison, 13 below zero in Janesville. Look at Lone Rock, down to 24 below zero and 28 below zero up in Black River Falls. High temperatures today weren't much of a bargain. We made it up to a balmy 9 in Madison and Janesville. A few places out to the west hit the double digits, but not by much. 13 for the high temperature in Boscobel, and right now temperatures are in the single digits above zero, but you factor in these winds, which are generally pretty light. Here in Dane County, you can see those temperatures generally in the single digits as well. 4 in Deerfield, 7 in Cross Plains. But like I say, you factor in the winds. We're seeing wind chills right now in the single digits and teens below zero. Madison's wind chill at 6 below. It's 11 below zero in Monroe. And we'll probably see similar wind chills as we head through the overnight hours. So look for skies to remain mostly clear. Temperatures dropping to just above zero by late evening. Those wind chills from about 5 to 15 below zero, so not as bitter cold as last night, but we do have another alert day in the forecast for bitterly cold weather Thursday night and Friday. I'll tell you how cold it'll get and how long that cold will last.
Gary, thank you. Dozens of people woke up to an unwanted message during the snow emergency in Madison over the weekend. Today, parking enforcement officials said 303 snow emergency tickets were written over the weekend, and that number brings Madison's total for the season to 1,049 snow emergency tickets. The city previously declared snow emergencies in early December. So far, we're learning of only one local hospitalized case of frostbite as this cold snap goes on. Protecting yourself in these temperatures starts with the basics.
Proper clothing and staying inside. But as our Andrew Banstra found out, when temperatures are this cold, you must take extra precautions.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I spoke with about a half dozen hospitals from Beloit to Baraboo who said that during this cold snap, they haven't seen a dramatic spike, but they did share how bone-chilling temperatures pose a threat to everyone in southwest Wisconsin.
On Monday night, a case of frostbite was reported in Baraboo.
Frostbite really is like the freezing of your tissues.
Hospitals I spoke to across southwest Wisconsin haven't seen too many cases, but warned that it is a risk. For frostbite, it starts with numbness in your fingers and toes.
Typically, after you get that kind of numb feeling, if you ignore that, the next thing you'll see is that your skin might turn a little bit of a reddish color. But then after that, it'll get kind of pale. And those tissues will feel kind of like stiff. That's a warning sign. At that point, you probably are developing ice crystals in those tissues, and now you're kind of against the clock.
Dr. Potoff says to warm up with lukewarm water, not hot water. Frostbite, though, is different than hypothermia, which can lead to distorted behavior.
Then you do start to have a depressed level of consciousness. Body systems start to shut down. You can go into a coma. It's really important to get out of the cold, before you get to that point.
If you can avoid it, don't spend too much time outdoors. And when you're outside, come prepared.
So, don't leave home. Don't be outside without really thinking about how you're going to prepare for the cold weather.
Old, young, and people without shelter or adequate clothing are most susceptible. But hunting, ice fishing, and other activities can put you at risk, too.
20 degrees, 25, 30 degrees this time of year. We kind of know what we can get away with at that temperature. Suddenly it drops to, 10 below zero. And what we could get away with, we can't anymore.
Dr. Potoff told me that hypothermia can even happen in the 50s and 60s under the wrong conditions. So with temperatures this cold, any prolonged period of time outdoors could be disastrous.
And stay up to date on the weather on our First Warn weather app. It has hourly forecast, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather.
Dane County Medical Examiner identifying a body that was pulled from Lake Wabiza over the weekend. 45-year-old Richard Knutson of McFarland was pronounced dead at the scene. Mr. Knutson died from drowning. Search teams found him under the water of Lake Wabiza in the northern part of the lake, where it appears an ATV may have gone through the ice. Knutson's death remains under investigation.
You're taking a live look from Madison East High School, where MMSD Superintendent Dr. Carlton Jenkins will be delivering the state of the district. It's Dr. Jenkins' first time delivering the address in person. He's expected to discuss a number of topics, including school safety and funding. Coming up on News 3 Now at 10, we'll have more on what Dr. Jenkins has planned for the district's future. Today's boys basketball game between Madison East and La Follette High School is being postponed after a fight among students at La Follette. Police say a gun was displayed during that fight. Officers were sent to the 700 block of Flom Road around noon. About a dozen people were involved in the incident, but when police arrived, they were all gone. A 16-year-old student was identified as the person who showed the gun and was arrested at his home. The gun was not recovered. All after-school activities at La Follette are canceled for today to prioritize safety.
Teachers hesitant to work last summer may have a new incentive to do it this year. Madison School District teachers will get $40 an hour this summer, a return to the old wage after a sharp decrease last year. If you remember, this past summer, the school district had a lot of issues filling spots. The president of the Madison Teachers Union talked to us about some of those issues that were on the minds of the school board when approving this pay increase.
2 middle schools became 1 middle school because of a lack of staffing. Some students were actually, who were enrolled in summer school, were all of a sudden unenrolled or removed from summer school because they didn't have the teachers or the staff to provide instruction.
And while this can be considered a victory for teachers, there are still some school staff members who won't be getting a pay hike. Custodians, special education assistants, and other staffers are not included in the increase. Meanwhile, open enrollment for the 2023-24 school year starts February 6th. Through the open enrollment program, parents and guardians can apply to send their child to any public school district in the state. Applications should be complete by April 28th, and we have a link to those applications at channel3000.com. Districts are required to notify families of their application status by June 9th.
In less than half an hour, the candidates running to be Madison's next mayor will be answering more questions. The Urban League of Greater Madison is hosting a mayoral forum from 6:30 to 8:30 tonight. It'll be held in the league's Eview Community Room. Incumbent Mayor Sachi Rhodes Conway and challengers Gloria Reyes and Scott Kerr will answer a variety of questions related to public safety, housing, the environment, and public transportation. You can also watch a live stream of the forum on channel3000.com. Again, that forum begins at 6:30.
The man arrested during an incident where a Madison police officer shot another officer will spend 5 years in prison. 20-year-old K'Twan Richardson pled guilty to multiple charges as part of a plea deal. He was also sentenced to 5 years extended supervision. The incident happened back in October of 2021. Richardson was arrested during an incident where a Madison police officer inadvertently shot another officer while trying to take Richardson into custody. Richardson was allegedly armed with a loaded gun at the time, but court documents make no mention of him ever firing a gun.
A Grafton couple is alive after their home exploded yesterday. It happened just after 11 a.m. Firefighters and We Energy's crews checked other homes and gas lines to make sure the neighborhood was safe. The Grafton fire chief says the husband was in the basement when something blew.
That's always the first guess, is natural gas, but there could be other things, and that's what we're trying to figure out right now, but there's nothing obvious.
The chief says the man had first and second degree burns. That man's wife on the first floor had no injuries. Natural gas has been ruled out as the cause of the explosion. Investigators are now looking into other possible causes for that blast. Coming up, newly proposed guidance from the FDA could expand the number of people eligible to give blood.
Plus, Dane County giving its residents a chance to share their thoughts on housing access and affordability. We'll be right back.
When treating shoulder pain, I think one of the most important things that we need to do is listen to our patients. Most times, just listening to the patient, letting them explain what's been bothering them, I'm able to help confirm a diagnosis.
whether you use it as a workshop or simply as a space to store your vehicle. Menards has everything you need for your garage. Chamberlain garage door openers bring quality and value to your home. Belt drive models have a much quieter operation and are perfect for an attached garage. Chamberlain also offers MyQ smartphone control with Wi-Fi built in, allowing you to open and close your garage door from anywhere. Save big money on Chamberlain garage door openers.
Save big money at Menards.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
When treating shoulder pain, I think one of the most important things that we need to do is listen to our patients. Most times, just listening to the patient, letting them explain what's been bothering them, I'm able to help confirm a diagnosis.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
The Dane County Regional Housing Strategy wants to hear from residents about housing access and affordability in the area. The county has opened a community housing survey running from today until February 9th. The goal is to gather information on housing challenges, priorities, and where housing is needed most.
The community housing survey is definitely prioritizing the thoughts and wishes of the community and residents, and really looking forward to getting that input to help us really define and clarify our strategic action plan for the next 3 to 5 years.
The survey takes about 7 to 10 minutes to complete and is available in English, Spanish, and Hmong. By taking the survey, you will be entered into a raffle to win a $25 gift card and other prizes. You can find a link to the survey on channel3000.com. Just search for this story.
Blood centers across the country are waiting to see whether draft guidance from the Food and Drug Administration that is expected to expand donor eligibility moves ahead. The proposed rule change would ease time-based restrictions on gay and bisexual men donating blood and instead ask all donors about factors that may put them at a higher risk of HIV. While other countries have already made similar moves, it may be too soon yet to say how many more people may become eligible to donate or whether those who are currently able to do so remain eligible.
The reality is that less than 5% of the population actually gives, even though 60% are already eligible. So we just don't know if this will or will not improve the chronic shortages that we've been seeing the last few years.
The FDA is accepting public comment on the proposal for 60 days, but it may take 6 months to a year before the change takes effect if it moves forward. Still ahead, after delaying the opening due to warm weather, when you'll be able to see the Lake Geneva ice castles again.
Also, what do you think the right age is for when kids can start using social media? We'll have some helpful questions that can help you determine if they're ready.
And the frigid temperatures continue. Gary has a complete look at your forecast when we come back.
Prosecutor, now Circuit Court Judge, Janet Protasewicz.
On the Supreme Court, I'll be a common sense judge. I'll protect public safety. I believe in a woman's freedom to make her own decision on abortion. It's time for a change.
Erase years of wear and tear with cabinet refacing from Mad City Kitchens with durable, easy-to-clean surfaces installed in as little as 2 days. It's our winter half-off labor event. Receive 50% off installation of a cabinet refacing project. Plus, receive 24 months, no interest, no payments, senior and military discounts. And the bonus, the first 50 homeowners who call now will receive a vacation voucher with purchase of a cabinet refacing project.
This is it. The countdown has begun. The final days of Denny's Jewelers retirement sale are here. The last markdown has been made. All fine finished jewelry is now being sacrificed up to 70% off store-wide. All must go. Nothing held back. This is Denny's Jewelers sale of a lifetime. The final days of Pete Denny's retirement sale are here at Denny's Jewelers. This is your last chance to save up to 70% off before the sale is over. Denny's Jewelers retirement sale, 1903 Cayuga Street, Middleton.
There's nothing like hitting the waves.
There's nothing like volunteering, but my moderate to severe eczema can make it hard.
Now, I'm staying ahead of it.
Dupixent helps heal your skin from within, so you can have clearer skin and noticeably less itch. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
Oh, the weather. What's the chance of rain tomorrow?
Ooh, 80%. I make it rain. I make it rain.
Speaking of making it rain, at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, we have an average 95% payout, which leads you to more chances of playing longer and more chances to win big. Play longer, win more, chances are you're gonna like it.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
I'm voting for Judge Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
She believes in our freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to abortion.
Extremists want to ban abortion,
even in cases of rape and the health of the mother.
Judge Janet Protasewicz is the change Wisconsin needs.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Many social media sites allow children to join when they officially become a teenager, but the U.S. Surgeon General believes 13 is still too young for children to be on those platforms.
So when is the right time? Mandy Gaither has more on how to know when your child is ready for online social sites and how families can make a social media plan.
In early teen years, the U.S. Surgeon General says kids are still developing their identity, and social media can have a major impact.
The skewed and often distorted environment of social media often does a disservice to many of those children.
That's why Dr. Vivek Murthy says 13 is still too young for kids to be on social media, but keeping them off those sites may be easier said than done.
It depends on your child. You know your child best.
Pediatric psychologist Ariana Hoet with Nationwide Children's Hospital says deciding whether a child is ready for social media starts with these questions. Do you have an open and trusting relationship with your child? Will they respect boundaries and expectations you set? Will they come to you if there's a problem or concern? Also consider their personality.
Do they really care about what others think about them? Or are they comfortable in their identity? How are they with peer pressure? Because again, social media is kind of opening the world to all of that.
If you answer those questions and feel they're ready, Hoet says to set up a family social media plan.
And you talk about the safety, you talk about what you're posting, how to interact with others, who you're following, and keep checking in with the child.
And set limits. Consider taking devices away at bedtime so sleep isn't affected.
Being ready doesn't mean I'm going to give them access to this thing and walk away. You still want to think about how do I monitor? How do I continue to stay in a partnership with them on how they're using it?
I'm Mandy Gaither.
If your child is struggling with a mental health issue like ADHD, depression, anxiety, or is at risk for eating disorders, Hoet says those are extra considerations to think about when it comes to social media use.
The ice castles at Lake Geneva returned this weekend after its Target opening date was pushed back. The castles open Saturday, February 4th, located at the Geneva National Resort. There are caves, tunnels, and tower sculptures, all made from ice. There will also be a horse-drawn sleigh ride trail, new lighting features, and winter characters to interact with guests. The ice castles, which first appeared in 2019, typically remain through the month of February. Tickets can be purchased on the Ice Castles website. These frigid temperatures playing a big part in those castles opening. Here's Gary with more on what we can expect this week. Gary?
It took almost the entire month of January before we saw temperatures cold enough to where we would stay below freezing pretty much for the entire day. Now temperatures have been below zero. Like last night here in Madison, we dropped to 11 below zero. Temperatures were in the teens and 20s below zero to our north. These are current temperatures. They're above zero, but not by much, certainly below freezing. 5 in Madison, 9 in La Crosse, 2 in Dubuque, Iowa. Then you factor in the winds, and we're seeing wind chills right now. This is what it feels like, between about 5 and 10 degrees below zero through much of Wisconsin. I think the winds will be light enough tonight that we don't have to deal with the bitterly cold wind chills that we had last night, but even so, we've got another alert day in the forecast this for Thursday night and Friday, because we will see one night of bitterly cold temperatures and wind chills that could be down to 25 below zero or even colder in a few spots. But the high temperature trend, the average high temperature is 27, and it goes up to 29 already by the end of the 10-day period as our normal temperatures start to climb, and our actual temperatures will start to climb too. Next couple of days will be in the 20s, a little bit below average, but at least closer to it. That bitterly cold day on Friday with a high temperature of only 6, and then temperatures jump up into the 30s and will be at or above freezing for much of next week, and it looks like that might even continue longer. Right now, the southern part of the United States getting hammered by a snow and ice storm from Texas into Arkansas and eventually into western Kentucky and Tennessee, some rain farther to the south. We're just dealing with the cold air, and the jet stream has pushed that storm system down to the south. Right now, winds pretty light. They're mainly from the southwest, and that's what will start our warm-up, at least for the next couple of days. But right now, it's just cold across our part of the Midwest. As we look at future track, you can see skies either clear or partly cloudy for the next couple of days. Temperatures at least will be back into the 20s, but then we'll see a bit of a wind shift to the northwest, especially by Thursday afternoon, and then it's the colder air that comes pouring southward from Thursday night into Friday, and that's when it will be bitterly cold. But clouds out to the west will move in here for Saturday and Sunday, and temperatures will warm right back up. In fact, as we take a look at the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, calling for above normal temperatures with the highest probabilities from Madison eastward. In the western part of the country will shift to a colder pattern. In between, the storm track will give us above normal precipitation, mainly in the form of rain and snow, because temperatures will be warm enough that we could see a mix of precipitation. Our forecast for the overnight hours: planning your night across Dane County, look for a low of 5 in Monona, 4 in Marshall, 4 in Cambridge, and 2 in Madison and Middleton. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 1 for the overnight low in Watertown, 3 in Janesville, 1 in Wautoma, and 4 for the low in Lone Rock. They were down in the mid-20s below zero last night. High tomorrow, 22 above zero with mostly sunny skies, so not quite as bitterly cold. But again, these future track wind chills, this is early Friday morning, showing those wind chills dropping back to between about 20 and maybe close to 30 degrees below zero. As we look at the 7 to 10-day forecast, though, those temperatures get back up into the mid-20s for Thursday. Again, that drop off with a low of 6 below zero Friday morning and a high of only 6 Friday afternoon. Then for the weekend, look for high temperatures in the lower 30s Saturday, mid-30s Sunday, and upper 30s on Monday, with rain showers in the afternoon mixing with snow before they come to an end. And the system at the end of next week will bring a mixture of rain and snow as well, with high temperatures in the middle 30s.
And coming up in sports, Wisconsin basketball just looking to get out of their slump. Greg Gard, he's got a solution. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get 6 packs of Coke products for just $1.99. Wednesday only at Hy-Vee. That's right, your daily deal for Wednesday is 6 packs of Coke products for just $1.99 while supplies last. Only at Hy-Vee.
Look at these beautiful cabinet options. Gorgeous wood stains, Cascade white, several designs and hardware choices. Now imagine them in your kitchen. Mad City is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. Transform your cabinets, countertops, and more in as little as 2 days. It's our winter half-off labor event. Receive 50% off installation of a cabinet refacing project. We install year-round, and with our price lock guarantee, we'll guarantee your price for 1 year. Plus, 24 months, no interest and no payments. Senior and military discounts, and a bonus. The first 50 homeowners who call during this program will receive a vacation voucher with purchase of a cabinet refacing project. Used for a condo, hotel stay, or a cruise. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Surgenian's 93-year history means you pay $93 for installation no matter how many rooms you carpet. Get carpet and pad in your old carpet removed and recycled. Our competitors can't match it. Ask about 12-month financing. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
The biggest and best RV event in the Midwest is back. It's the Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale. See a huge selection of RVs, camping equipment, and campgrounds, all under one roof. Meet Gilbert Brown, Gridiron Great. Tickets are just $10 and kids are free. Seniors, you're welcome at half price on Friday. Experience the great outdoors at the Alliant Energy Center Friday through Sunday, February 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Get 6 packs of Coke products for just $1.99. Wednesday only at Hy-Vee. That's right. Your daily deal for Wednesday is 6 packs of Coke products for just $1.99 while supplies last. Only at Hy-Vee.
Kick off the weekend with belly-warming soup and get a one-of-a-kind bowl to take home. Tomorrow, we check out the menu at Habitat for Humanity's Super Bowl fundraiser.
And just see how much warmer we can expect for tomorrow. Join us in the morning between 4:30 and 7.
The Aaron Rodgers watch continued with no real update, hence the graphic probably describing how Packer fans are feeling. Rodgers currently preparing for the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, but says he did tune into the championship games over the weekend. Not really sure how it helped him making his decision.
You watch that game, you let your mind drift off to what it would be like to still be playing, and all those thoughts come back to you, and then then you come up to Pebble Beach and you're like, this part of life's pretty amazing. Doing things like this more often. So, look, it's going to be a little bit more time for my decision.
Speaking of decisions, Waunakie's Rob Booker made his today, and it made Luke Fickell happy. The 3-star tight end chose Wisconsin over Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan State, and among other Power 5 schools. Booker caught 27 passes for 380 yards and 6 touchdowns last season as a junior. He's the first in-state commitment for the 2024 class. The Badger men's basketball team is officially on the bubble from here on out when it comes to their NCAA tournament chances, because of the recent play, a stretch where they haven't really come close to putting a complete 40 minutes together. Their last 7 games, Wisconsin has 1 win. Currently, they've lost 3 straight and look far from the team that started 3-0 in Big Ten play. So how do they fix it? Well, there's no magic pill to take. They just have to play better.
We got to play better. I mean, you got to play better offensively, play better defensively. I don't think it's any secret. I mean, I don't think it hasn't been for a lack of effort. I know we got to get our main 3 guys more and better shots. So I don't think there's anything magical that's going to get said or be done. We have to become more consistent.
And Brewers baseball is right around the corner. Today, the crew released game times for their year, starting with their season opener on March 30th at Wrigley. First pitch is set for 1:20 in Chicago. The Brewers home opener just a couple days later on April 3rd when they welcome the Mets to AmFam Field. That's a 1:10 start. Definitely not baseball weather.
Gary's ready to start tailgating for Cubs games.
I think so, yeah. Well, it's got to warm up first
just
before.
A bit.
Yeah, I've been to games at Wrigley Field where it's felt like this.
They need a dome.
These are, right. 6 degrees right now in Middleton, 5 in McFarland, and 6 degrees in Edgerton. Temperatures are in the single digits above 0. Too cold for baseball, even with a dome.
Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.